Welcome back, Mom. It's been 2 weeks. We've been off for 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Has it really been 2 weeks?
2 weeks. It's 2 weeks.
Holy moly.
My
Okay.
schedule has gotten extremely busy as I've been starting to my announcing really career here at basketball and college basketball. I've been filling in men
You're
and
rocking and
women's.
rolling.
So we just got busy, and then last week with Thanksgiving and me coming home, and we didn't get anything. It was just a busy.
Well, that was busy just because you had to get so much done before you left. So yeah, it's busy. It's crazy. This time of year always flies by. It goes way too fast. I can't believe November is over.
Yeah,
it's totally over.
No, it's not over. We still got a couple more hours.
Okay, we got like 3.5 hours. You're right. Get all you can get in. Go. Yeah, but it is crazy. And I have to say that I'm not as busy as you. I mean, I'm busy, but I'm old people busy. I think that sucks. I hate getting older. Get old people busy where it's like,
gotta do the dishes.
7 o'clock, you're exhausted. Yeah. Busy's like, shit, I gotta do the dishes again. I gotta do laundry again.
Yeah.
That busyness stinks. I call that maid chores. And I don't like doing maid chores. You know how much I like that.
Yeah, well, the maid hasn't been in for at least 22 years of my life. 22 years
ago. Well, she was here for a while. We had a maid. We had a maid while I was going through treatment.
Oh, that's right. We did.
Once a month. Yeah, you didn't get to do that. But I made everybody pick up when she came. I said, pick up the house. You guys can't have stuff laying all over. The maid's got to clean. Well, then she could really focus on what she needed to get done.
You get the deep cleaning then.
Yes, you could eat off the kitchen floors when she was here. They were wonderful.
You can still eat off the kitchen floor now. It just might have a little dog hair in it.
Whoa, hair. You drool. Jackson drools all over. Whoa.
Yeah. But you know what? As crazy as everything, what are you getting notified? Mom, you getting split notification?
Target. No, I got Target. Target's having a sale.
Target's having a sale. Well, there's been a lot of head coaches that have been targeted for new positions.
Nice segue.
Thank you. Two biggest probably switches in the coaching world are Lincoln Riley, who was the coach at Oklahoma. They just lost to the rival Oklahoma State this past weekend.
Oh, I watched that one.
Will be heading to the University of Southern California, also known as USC, to become their new head coach.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yep.
Like mid-season or at the end of the season?
He will, after the season over, he'll become the head coach.
I always think that's weird when coaches do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then let me tell you the second one, because that's what I want to get into. I got some questions I want to ask you about how you feel about this. And then Notre Dame's head coach, Brian Kelly, is heading down to the great state of Louisiana and will be the new head coach of the Louisiana State University Tigers.
LSU Tigers.
LSU has found their new head coach. And this is where it gets interesting.
Oh, boy.
We're going to start with Mr. Coach Kelly in Notre Dame.
Okay.
Now, you know all about the college football playoff, how there's 4 teams that get in.
Yes. Out of the top 5. The Power 5.
No.
Okay, never mind. Go ahead. 4 teams that get in. I know all about it.
4 teams get into the college football playoff. Notre Dame right now is sitting just on the outside of getting into that college football playoff.
So they're team number 5?
No, they're team number 6, actually.
Oh, who's 5? Cincinnati?
Oklahoma State.
Oh.
Cincinnati's number 4.
Oh, that's good, because we had that talk that you didn't think if Cincinnati over Alabama, and Alabama lost, which I was they ended up winning, didn't they?
Yeah, they did win.
Yeah, I was really hoping they would lose.
Well, we gotta hope they would lose this weekend. But this is where it gets interesting. As a coach, Notre Dame doesn't play this weekend because they aren't in a conference, so they don't have a conference title game or anything, championship game to play in.
Okay.
So what they need to hope happens right now is they need to hope Alabama loses to Georgia this weekend, and they need to hope Michigan loses.
To who?
Iowa. Or
the Hawkeyes?
Or Oklahoma State loses to Baylor, because Oklahoma State's sitting at the number 5 spot, and I think they would get in before Notre Dame would get in. But with that being said, they just lost their head coach. Now, you have seen this before. It's happened in the Wisconsin program where, Brett Bielema left before the Rose Bowl. Gary Anderson left
Right.
before the Outback Bowl. And these coaches leave to go take new jobs. But I've never seen it with a team who has the verge of being in the playoffs and competing for a national championship. If you're Notre Dame and you get into the college, I mean, first of all, if you let him coach the bowl game, if he
See, and that's where I think it gets really tricky, because I think if the coach has already made the commitment to go to another team, you don't stick around and coach those players. And I used to have mixed feelings about that. I used to think that coach needs to stay and finish your task, like take those kids all the way. But then it was you and Dad, and we were talking about the fact that the players sometimes are pissed, like they're hurt by it. Like, here's somebody who's you looked up to, and you take all their coaching, their mentoring, the strategies. Unless you are the Jaguars coach, then don't use him as your mentor. But anyways, you do all that, and then this guy's leaving you, obviously, for more money. People aren't ever leaving for any other reason. Yeah. So it's a slap in the face, especially if you're not done, like if you're a junior or a sophomore or whatever. So I think what they need to do is out. If you've made a decision, you're done. Like you're done. And now we'll bring in the assistant coach. I mean, there's going to be interim coach, and let that coach now lead the team. I mean, obviously he's been under the same coaching structure, so I would think that it's not like they're suddenly going to go downhill, right? Yeah. I mean, maybe I'm being naive to that, but I would think, okay, pull in one of the coaches, the offensive line, defense line, whoever it is.
But see, this is where things get always interesting, because when a new head coach leaves for a new job, he sometimes likes to take some of his coaching that have been under his coaching staff so far. Oh, so he might be going to LSU.
Can't do that.
He might be bringing his offensive coordinator with him from Notre Dame to go down to LSU. You know what I mean? And so then how do you choose, like, if the offensive coordinator is like, yeah, I'm leaving too, but he doesn't leave yet? And you know what I mean? That's where it gets tricky.
I just don't think they should be doing any of these negotiations until the season is over.
I would be
like, really? Like,
I agree.
I don't know. It's kind of like a surgeon. Like, you're going to the doctor, you're going to have knee surgery. You go through all the prep with this doctor, and then you get there the week before and he's gone to a totally different healthcare system. You have a whole different doctor coming in, but he's taken all the nurses with him too. Like, that would be like a huge timeout. It's not very, you don't go, you don't move on. Like, you can't, you finish the commitment. I don't think they should let those coaches do that midway. Why do they do that? Like, why do other places recruit? Why don't they wait until the season's done?
Because for some teams, yeah, I mean, for some teams, their season could be done because the regular season's over with. It's bowl games now. So if the teams are
all 200 bowl games are going to start. They got to start now because you got to get them done before June.
But see, it gives me a bitter taste because I'm the same way. I feel like teams just need to wait. Schools can wait a month. It all comes down to recruiting mostly, because you want to get the new head coach in as soon as possible so you can start recruiting to that school. You can get the new coach. But with that being said, some of these teams, settle down. I can understand if like a team is not playing or like, or they're going, but like, it's just a really weird, like Oklahoma, Lincoln Riley going to USC is not that big of a deal because Oklahoma will have a bowl game. So you have somebody to coach that and it's over with. But Notre Dame has a chance at winning a national championship or at least competing for one. Like,
that's pretty big.
That's huge for a coach to leave. I mean, granted, Brian Kelly might be trying to go and follow tradition. The last 3 head coaches down in Baton Rouge down there have won a national championship. But I still think it's just really interesting.
I don't know. Gosh, I even have mixed feelings about all that, because part of me is like, he coached the team to the national championship. He should get to coach them through the national championship. But then the other part of me is like, if you're giving the double barrels to the school and the kids that have given you everything, pack up your suitcase, get on the Greyhound and get out of here and let somebody else take the trophy at the end of the day. Like, you did it all, but you're willing to throw it all away, then go and scoot your tush down south. Go have some, what do you call them? Crawfish.
Go get some crawfish.
Go have some crawfish. Go put on your purple and gold and get out of town.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't like that with the kids. I think that sucks. I mean, that's life though. There's your life lesson.
yeah. I mean, in my opinion, you should wait until January. Wait till the bowl season's over. Because like you said, I
Yeah,
mean,
I agree. I agree.
I don't
You
know.
got it.
I mean, I've never been in that position, but we're gonna like where it's like, yeah, coach is done. He's leaving. We still have a chance we have to still go out and practice every week, but like he's no longer, he decided that he was done with us. He wants to go to a new team.
Yeah, I don't like the way that connotation. I know that's just business. It's a business.
Yeah.
Like people
And
have to
it's
understand.
like, yeah,
That's what sucks. That's your first reality check. Like it's a business. But I do think, and I think they can't wait till January, well, because like we said, they got all those freaking bowl games.
yeah.
When are bowl games actually done? I don't know.
January
March?
7th.
Oh, really? They cram them in. Just
Yeah.
go, go, go.
Well, they start, I think, like
Okay.
December 13th. So they start in
Oh,
a
that's
couple
so
weeks.
dumb. They should not have bowl games before Christmas. It's part of the whole 2 weeks, Christmas, New Year's, that whole time frame. Part of the excitement is having presents, Christmas trees, sledding, and bowl games.
This is so
Not
interesting.
before.
Our listeners are going to be so intrigued that Sharon and Tyke, the women who previously on episodes has tried to argue that football should be on every day of the week,
Well, it should be, but not
is
bowl.
telling me that bowl games need to get pushed back because she wants 2 full weeks of no football.
No. Why would we get 2 full weeks of no football?
Well,
I'm not saying stop playing.
The championship. What do you mean stop playing? What are they gonna play for?
Can play. Well, I think they should extend the season.
Oh.
Then you have your bowl games in that too, but you have something special like the bowl games. We've already talked about this. You have every kind of bowl game. I mean, the Glad Baggy bowl game. I mean, the gasoline bowl game. You got every kind of bowl game going on there. So
yeah, I think with all the coaching changes, it makes it interesting. There's some eyes definitely on Urban Meyer, Jacksonville Jaguars, the Kitty Cats head coach.
To go where? I can't believe anybody would be even thinking about having him as a college coach.
Notre Dame.
Like, oh, well, that fits.
Or Oklahoma.
Okay.
Or the big question is Luke Fickell, who is
Notre Dame,
who is Cincinnati's head coach, where is he going to go?
Well, why is he leaving?
Well, he's 12-0 and led Cincinnati to a perfect season and has a chance of putting Cincinnati as the first
So you think he's going to go?
I think so. Like you said, Mom, earlier, it's all about the money.
I know, but see, people got to just not be. I can't say it.
So I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if he ends up at Oklahoma or Notre Dame. Those are the two. These are the 2 big spots, and I mean, if you can get Oklahoma rolling, like you remember
Oklahoma's that great.
Yeah, but you remember what's happening with them? They're changing conferences. They're going to the SEC.
Are they? Okay, because I know that was a conversation we had about 16 weeks ago, and I didn't know how any of that panned out with any of those realignments.
I think as of 2025. Let's see.
Oh, 2025.
But so it was.
Oh my God! I'll be 50.
Yeah, you'll be old. I'll be 27.
I hope our listeners didn't. Mom, that's Nana. Nana and Ree heard it. They already know. They'll send me a card.
Yeah, you'll get a card. Yeah. Happy birthday, Sharon.
I'll get singing.
But I
want singing on my 50th.
I will say when it comes down to this regular season, I think the Big 12 won as a conference because they had 2 teams say all summer that they were leaving for the SEC because the Big 12 was not good enough. They wanted to go play a more powerful conference, as that would be Texas and Oklahoma. And both of those teams did not even make the conference tournament or conference championship game.
Isn't that something?
And it's like, fine, leave. You're not even the best in our conference.
Yeah, go. Here's the door. Don't let it hit you on the way out.
So I think that's kind of funny. We're gonna move over to the NFL.
Okay.
Because I don't know.
I gotta say this.
Okay, you said it.
I still can't believe anybody would be considering Urban Meyer.
After
he, yeah.
He's a 2-time national champion.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He
Mom, he went 83 and 9 at Ohio as the head coach of Ohio State over like a span of like 8 years or something. Like he can win football games in college. Just because he's got some mom blonde chick sitting on his lap, rubbing her butt up against his thighs,
dancing along at the bar.
Doesn't mean he can't coach football.
I just don't like it. Bad role model. Okay, go ahead. NFL.
We're going to go to the NFL because I want to talk about one guy. And I don't know if you watched this game on Sunday afternoon. It took place about 3:25.
You're talking about Goldilocks?
It was a little cold outside for the game. I will admit it. They did play in the frozen tundra.
You know, hurt your foot. He had a dancer's fracture.
Aaron Rodgers once again proved that he was the best quarterback in the NFL. I would just like
he's not the best quarterback in the NFL. He's not. Dad and I had this conversation that Tommy Boy is by far the best quarterback in the NFL over. And I said, Will's going to get all hissy fit about it because he thinks Goldilocks is the best. He's not. Aaron Rodgers. No, okay. You know what makes the best football player quarterback in the NFL?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You have to be good. You have to have a winning record.
Aaron Rodgers,
you have to love your team and you have to love your community. Aaron Rodgers is only playing for the money.
I think you're a liar.
He's got Donald Trump's song in his head. Money, 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 money.
I think you're a liar.
Do you think if somebody offered Aaron Rodgers $44 million, he would go?
Tommy Boy really loved his community when he took the nice paycheck to go down south.
His community had booted him.
No, I don't think
Billy Boy said sayonara.
Yeah, Billy Boy did. I think Tommy Boy had a contract and he's like, you guys aren't going to pay me what I deserve. I'm going to go.
Really? You think that? I don't think he got more money.
I think you should research that because I think that's how it is. But going back to my point, Tommy Boy can't do this. Not practice for a full week and beat one of the best teams in the NFL. Aaron Rodgers went and did that.
Aaron. Goldilocks did a good job. He played really well. You saw him kind of limping around on his foot once in a while. He's got to be careful with that. I know he's got to be careful with that if he wants that to really heal. But he did a good job. We watched him play. It was a fun game to watch.
I think it just really solidifies the fact that he is the best quarterback in the NFL.
GOAT.
He is the best quarterback in the NFL. Tom Brady is the most accomplished quarterback in the NFL.
Oh, that's such a Switzerland way of making it all good. I do like Tommy. Sorry. I like Goldilocks. He's good. I like him more because of all this COVID stuff. I like him more because I respect him more because he is got like some of the stuff he's done. He has a lot of good backing for why he's doing what he's doing.
He's a smart, educated man.
He is, but I'll tell you what stinks. I like the Packers. He's not loyal to the team. It makes me so mad. I'm glad I'm not a diehard Packers fan because I probably would hate him.
How is he not loyal?
Because he doesn't want to be in the Packers.
He does. He wants to be with the Packers. You ask his teammate, he wants to be with the Packers organization.
He wants to play football.
If you ask any Packer real fan, the organization does not spend money when money needs to be spent. This is a business. You are trying to win. You have to spend money to win.
All you owners need to buck up and put $1 in the pot.
The Packers are too much of we're going to go out there and just play with who we have. You know what? You know what's going on?
They pick all those kids that are last on the team.
The Packers like to play the NFL like kids like to play Madden in video games. They're going to go get the best player, Aaron Rodgers, and they're going to solidify the team with crappy players and not great athletes because they don't want to pay to get the good ones sometimes. Not saying we don't have great athletes. Devontae Adams, great athlete. Aaron Jones, great athlete. But you get the point. Okay, you're not going to spend that extra money to increase and improve your team. And they're like, we're just going to show you that we can beat you with crappy players.
But do you really think that's it?
Oh my mom, Odell Beckham Jr., who plays for the Los Angeles Rams, is a great wide receiver. Would it improve the Packers wide receiving core by 10 times, 20 times, million times, because it would have gave him another threat on the field? You know what they did? Aaron, they went and they offered him, we're going to give you the veteran minimum.
What was that? How much is that?
like I don't know what it is, but it's really low.
They
Something
they,
to
they should have given him that and then a Hy-Vee gift card.
But I'm
And
just
he
saying,
probably would have came
no,
because Marky Mark and the
no,
Funky Monkeys
he
goes to
said
Hy-Vee.
Odell Beckham was
They
like,
have
I wanted
Hy-Vees
to
all
come.
over
He
now.
said, I wanted to come to Green Bay. I wanted to play
The
with Aaron Rodgers,
veteran minimum.
but the money was not there.
Are they talking about like the World War II veteran minimum? Are they talking about like
It's the minimum
the
money you can pay. The
1993
minimum money.
veteran?
But that's what I'm saying. The Green Bay
That,
Packers organization does not.
why is that? Why don't we want to pay the money? We have the money. They have one of the most loyal fan bases ever. So
because the Green Bay Packers as an organization have a mindset that has everybody is replaceable. Which is true to an extent.
That's the reality of life.
Which is true to an extent, but just because you can replace a guy doesn't mean you're going to get the quality of production from the same guy.
I agree. You can't just replace people, not in sports. So I don't like that because you know what that is? That's arrogance. So who's our GM at Green Bay? Because that guy has got to go. That's
is that Brian Goody?
If you honestly think that you can teach anybody to come in and be a great player, like you can't do that. You have gifted and talented people, and then you have people that can play football. So
so that's what I mean.
That's dumb.
Yeah,
that's dumb. Yeah, nope. They won. They were behind, weren't they, at one point? I'm trying to think.
No, I don't think they were.
I've had a pretty stressful weekend because because you had to drive. You were stuck in traffic.
I was gone. I was on my way back from Chicago to Macomb by the time. I actually was looking for the game on my Sirius, and I had my directions on my phone. And because the directions were on my phone going through my car, when I switched to Sirius, I missed my exit.
Oh,
added 15 more minutes to my drive.
Oh, gosh, just put your head through the windshield in Chicago?
No, I was by Peoria by then.
Oh, William, God bless you for driving so much, not having it.
I'm a Thomas. We're born to get up early and drive.
You're born to drive? Eastbound down, loading up and trucking.
We're born to drive super slow and get up early. We get up early because
that's because you got those T-Rex. You have those T-Rex arms, so you can't drive very fast. You're born to get up at like 4:30 in the morning to do a 3-hour drive, so you get there by noon. I know. So, here's the thing, though. We're vehicle shopping, so it sucks to buy a car or a van or a truck or motorcycle or a bike.
This is a sports podcast.
I know, but I'm saying I was very focused the whole time I was watching football. I had my freaking laptop open and I had Car Gurus on, and then Vroom, and then Carvana. It was just very distracting.
So any other takeaways from the NFL this week, Mom?
Yeah, Mahomes, Russell, poor Russell. That was not. Is
he done in Seattle? Is he done in Seattle? Is this his last year? Is he going?
No. Oh no, they're too loyal to Russell. He's not.
First time. What, he got shut out 2 weeks ago against Green Bay? First time in his career.
Yeah, but they'll figure it out.
First time Seattle's been on a 4-game losing streak since they drafted Russell Wilson. First time that Seattle's lost 8 games since drafting Russell Wilson.
Then it's
is it time, as if you're Russell Wilson, is it time for a change of scenery? I mean, think about everybody that's done it.
Yeah, but who's going to pick him up if he's kind of sucking? I think no one's going to pick him up.
There are plenty of teams that need a quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, I think he's definitely staying there. I know we watched Mahomes. That wasn't great either. That was pretty bad. That was pretty rough. And what the heck, football team? What game were we watching? What with the stupid overtimes for college?
Oh, that was Auburn and Alabama.
Oh, that's right. Because that's when I was hoping Alabama was going to lose. And then they won. Yeah. Auburn, I'm very disappointed in your team.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah. Your Chicago Bears picked up a Thanksgiving victory.
Yeah. Well, so what? It's one.
You guys beat Detroit. Congratulations.
Yeah.
They're still winless.
That's like I said, I don't know. I don't know. It's Detroit.
Yeah.
It's Detroit. Baker lost too. Baker had a pretty bad loss.
Yeah.
That did suck. Baker's got the best commercials. Did you just see his most recent commercial with
No.
the Hall of Famer football player?
Oh,
I don't know.
with like Bo Jackson, his Heisman one where he's like singing Boomer Sooner and
No. It's the one when he's in a stadium.
oh, no.
And so he's sitting there and the guy, oh my gosh, it's the football.
Is it funny?
It's the Hall of Famer. Oh my, yeah. Because the guy he said, hey, what's your Wi-Fi password? And then Baker secretly gives it to him. It's like a play. Oh. And he's giving it to him. And then the guy brings up a video of him winning the championship. And Baker's like, oh yeah, I guess I know that guy. I watched him when I was like 3. And it's the guy, whoever that guy is. Somebody out there's like sharing. Dad right now would be banging his head against.
I'll watch the commercial.
It's funny. Baker's got the best commercials. So even though he's kind of sucking right now, he's got
the commercial.
Put him in the commercials.
Yeah, the commercial. Well, we're gonna transition from the gridiron to the baseball diamond.
Good. And baseball's good.
Talk about all the money that is starting to get spent in free agency here.
Why?
Because people like money. The Texas Rangers just spent a combined about $500 million on 2 players on their middle infielder, getting Corey Seager and Marcus Semien.
What is the contract? That's insane.
I think Seager's is like 10 years, 324, and
wow.
And then Semien's like 7 years, 266 or something like that.
Wow. That's insane. I forget Texas Rangers even exist. Like, yeah, I always think of Texas Walker Ranger, Texas, or whatever heck show that was at one time.
But I mean, for these players, those 2, that's a good contract. You want to know why? No tax.
Tell me.
No taxes in Texas.
I forgot Texas was a no income tax state.
They're going to be making.
That's why we got to move. What is it? Texas, South Dakota, Montana, Florida, Nevada. I think Nevada's one too.
Yeah, might be. But
that's all good retirement states. Arizona.
True. But the other big contract I would like to point out is Max Scherzer is going to the New York Mets on a 3-year, $130 million deal, which will be equivalent. He will get paid $43 million a year to throw a baseball. Holy shit.
That is stupid money.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so doesn't sometimes you're a sports nut. You're a sports fanatic. You are like the ultimate fanatic.
I wouldn't go that far, but yes, okay.
Okay, so maybe I'm the ultimate fanatic, but you're the ultimate fan.
Yeah.
You don't you think there's a point where it's just got to be done? Like where somebody has got to take these guys and say, you are awesome players, but that is mental money. Like, what do they do with that money? They don't do good. Well, I shouldn't say they do good things because they need tax write-offs.
Yeah.
So you have to start organizations and have benefits, but that's dumb money.
Yeah, it's just it's
why not make sure everybody, I don't know, maybe people are getting paid that work at the stadiums, but that I couldn't even fathom.
It's insane the fact that some guy's gonna get paid
to throw a ball, to throw a baseball.
Like there's more that goes into it than just throwing baseballs, obviously, but still.
And what is Goldilocks? He gets $43 million over how many years?
Not Aaron. Max Scherzer, you're talking about the guy?
No, I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers. His contract's $43 million. Is that that's not 1 year?
I don't know what Aaron Rodgers' contract is off the top of my head. Let me look it up.
I remember that because that's what came up when he was having his temper tantrum this past summer and hanging out in Hawaii.
He's in the second year of a 4-year contract extension worth $134 million. So whatever 134 is divided by 4. So what is that, like 30 something?
Oh, I am way too. My brain's fried today. Sure, that makes sense. I don't know. I thought somebody said it was $43 million a year, but then 4 years would be over $160 million. So.
Yeah. So
well,
it's about 22.4 this year. It looks like.
You think you buy everyone a house, be like, you get a house, you get a house, you get a house.
I mean,
I'd be buying people groceries. That's what you got to do.
You
just go into McDonald's, buy everybody their meal.
Too much money. Like at some point, you have too much money.
Well, yeah, and then you can't even keep track of it.
But
Yeah, that's stupid money. Okay, so that was the Mets, you said?
yeah, I mean, the contracts are just going crazy in baseball. There's no salary cap or anything. That's where you see why.
There isn't?
No, that's why you see in baseball the difference in payrolls. Like teams who have more
Okay.
money usually do, like the Dodgers, the Yankees, like these guys will have payrolls like $200+ million on their
Oh
payroll.
my gosh.
And
I didn't realize there wasn't a salary cap.
you get teams like the Brewers, and they'll have payrolls like 80 million.
What a kick in the
Because it's just the
what
market
a
you're in.
kick.
It's just the market you're in. Like where the Brewers are, but it's
That's
crazy on the
crazy.
baseball's front.
But the Brewers have Bernie Slide, so that
Right.
makes up for that.
Oh, I did talk to Griff about how
Did you?
why Chad and Dawn got to go on that and you didn't. Because it was family day. It was family day, so they got to bring. But let me just tell you, Griff has told me he's been down the slide at least 10 times.
What?
Because you know how they painted it? It's like a tan color because they kind of went back to the old fashioned like Bernie Brewer house and everything so they painted from tan to yellow. Well, guess who was the test dummy to make sure it was still like it wasn't too slick with the new fresh paint and everything on it?
Griff was? That's awesome. Nice job, Griff.
So
nice job.
He got to
make sure it's safe for Bernie.
Yeah, so he got to test them. So he's been down it multiple times.
That'd be great. You go down at once, like, no, I think it might have been a little slow. Let me go up there again.
Let me go do it again.
I gotta go again.
But yeah, so that is
that's cool.
But
I figured it was a family day. That's good.
Yeah, the last thing I want to talk about here before we get into our picks, we're gonna jump back to college football because you've been talking about money and like what do these people do? Did you see? I know you hate Michigan. But did you see what John Harbaugh, who the head coach of Michigan, said he was going to do with all his extra money that he will accumulate in bonuses and everything this year?
No, I didn't.
He is giving it back to every single person that got their pay cut due to COVID.
In the world?
No, at the University of Michigan.
So like every person at the university that got their pay cut, he's going to, so he'll end up giving some like $10 to each person at the university.
No, this guy
like
in like incentives, like he could get 5, like I don't know the exact numbers, but it's like win the Big Ten East, which he did, extra $300,000.
Okay.
Win the Big Ten championship game, extra $500,000. Make it.
Really? Is it really that much? You making that up?
No, I'm being serious.
Oh my gosh.
Make a New Year's Six Bowl, which they will, extra $500,000. Make a college football semifinal. Like he can make like a couple $1 million in incentives.
Really? Okay. So he's going to give that. He's going to, whoever got laid off for COVID from the university.
Yeah.
Everybody. Yeah. College students too? Because if they were closed, then college students couldn't work.
I don't know about college students.
I don't know. We'll have to see where that is. If they're on permanent payroll or if they're student payroll. Well, that's a really nice thing to do. Well, I like him. I like Harbaugh. He's good. I mean, he's an old bear.
Yeah, you just don't like the university.
I don't like the university because of all the crap that happened.
Yeah, that
makes sense. I don't like Michigan State because of all the crap that happened there. And then it just makes me not like Michigan. Yeah, Penn State, I'm not a big fan of either. I just don't like all that stuff. I don't like all that political hidden stuff. And the Beaver, well, they got the Beavers Stadium. That's stupid. But I don't like Notre Dame because it always is known that Notre Dame is kind of like they think they're better than everyone else, but I don't want their coach to leave before the end of their season. So
he's leaving. He's going to Baton Rouge.
He's already packed up and gone.
But
I don't think he's going to like it.
Are you bringing anything to the table today to talk about? Or are we going into picks?
I thought you'd talk about basketball a little bit. We just had college basketball on upstairs. We were watching the Florida State
against Purdue.
Yeah.
Purdue was down.
Yeah, Purdue. They were winning. Purdue was doing great.
College basketball, I mean, it's early, so you haven't seen a lot. We've seen some pretty good games. The Duke Gonzaga game on Friday night was a great game to really show some teams. It showed that Gonzaga is beatable, and Duke is.
That's not good. They're usually my pick to win.
I mean,
in March Madness.
They'll lose the one game until March Madness, I think. But
Good.
Duke's looking good. But it's early. Like we need to stop seeing these teams play.
When do you guys stop saying it's early? Because
when conference play starts, get it to the end of December.
Aren't they playing conference right now?
No, this is all not.
This is all preseason.
When you start playing teams that are tough, like let me see, Iowa got their first big test last night against Virginia. Blew a 21-point lead, almost lost the game, ended up winning on a buzzer beater. Actually, it was a shot. They made a bucket with like 8 seconds left, and then blocked the final buzzer beater by Virginia, so they won that. But like, when you're playing blind, like the blind and deaf schools, pretty much like they aren't really. A big shocker team from around my area, my good old Western Illinois Leathernecks, 5-2 to start the season. Big game tomorrow against Ball State. But
they're playing Ball State?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh, I didn't know they played Ball State.
Western Illinois opened up the season. You know who they beat? Nebraska.
You didn't let me guess. I was thinking.
You were too slow.
Nebraska. Okay.
So college basketball will be the top. We just got to get a little more into it. Like nothing's really we're only about 2 weeks in.
Well, I guess. I don't know. I never get super into it. But
the last Tuesday we did the show was the first week of games. I have it right here. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. I remember you saying that you were really excited because it was going to be the first college game day the next day.
Yeah.
And then at the NBA, we haven't really been.
Who the hell cares?
I thought something happened in the NBA, and then I'm like, yeah, spoiled brats. And then I was done.
There was the fight that LeBron in Detroit with the guy getting.
Oh, when he purposely hit him. That was terrible.
Yeah.
He had a bloody eye.
And then there was LeBron's been in quite the news a little bit because of that. And then he had the 2 fans ejected. A couple days later.
But apparently that was worth being ejected. So don't know the story behind it. Didn't really listen. Didn't really care that much. And the Raiders, have they lost anybody else to, I don't know, being idiots?
I have not heard anything, but they are kind of keeping quiet in the news, I think, this week.
I was going to Google Gruden just to see what happened. If he's like, where'd he go? He's hanging out with Matt Lauer? What's going on?
I thought I saw a report about him a couple of weeks and what he was like he was going to end up suing somebody or something.
Oh boy.
He's suing the NFL. He's suing the NFL or something because they won't release everything.
Okay.
So I don't know what's up with that. I haven't heard much, but I think he's in hiding. But that's going to take us.
He's hiding, like under a blanket. You can't see me.
Yeah. Honestly, he might be. Windows are shut, blinds are shut. Like.
Yeah, really. I can just picture him walking around in his boxers, like beard down to here, eating food, slapping it in his mouth, drooling.
That's going to lead us into our picks for the week.
All right.
All college football picks this week. We have 6 of them.
We're not doing any NFL?
No, it's conference championship week, Mom. I'm going to have 6 championship games that you have to pick. We're going to start.
I didn't realize it was already that. Okay.
Yeah, it's big trophy week. So we're going to start in the SEC with the Georgia Bulldogs taking on the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Oh, the Georgia Bulldogs. I have to go with them. I'm not going to go with Alabama.
Yeah,
I'm not going to do it.
I'm going to be really disappointed. So how this will work in the college football rankings, if Alabama loses, they're out. But if Alabama wins, Georgia's going to stay in as a top 4 team, even if they lose, which really just pisses me off because
then there's no incentive.
Yeah. So I really want Georgia to win. So Alabama gets the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Bring us some new blood.
What? Yeah. There's no incentive. Now, do those coaches get bonuses if they make it in?
Oh, for sure.
Really?
I mean,
so Georgia,
it's not set in stone that if Georgia loses, they'll be in, but it's pretty much set in stone that they would have a case to stay in no matter what. They would just go from the one to probably number 4.
Really?
Okay.
So I'm going with Georgia Bulldogs.
So am I. I'm going with Georgia all the way. The second one, we're going to the Big Ten, the surprise team, my Iowa Hawkeyes. Thank you, Wisconsin, to losing to Minnesota this weekend.
Yeah.
Iowa takes care of business in Nebraska. They're going to take on the Wolverines, who beat the Ohio State Buckeyes for the first time in, I believe, 8 years.
That was an awesome game. That was
And so it's gonna be Michigan.
Yeah.
Michigan taking their.
I think it was more than that.
I think it's only 8. I think it was like 2013.
I thought it was like 35 years.
No way, not that long. No way.
Well, all I know is that when Harbaugh was playing for Michigan, he said they were going to win against Ohio State, and then they didn't. That was 35 years ago. Are you yawning? I thought you froze.
I'm a little tired. But Michigan.
Are you?
Iowa. It's been a long day. Iowa will make their second trip to Indianapolis since the Big Ten championship game has been around.
Okay.
And Michigan's going to take their first trip to Indianapolis. Who you taking this one? Now, reminder, Michigan's they opened up at a 10.5-point favorite on Sunday.
Okay. So plus 10?
So Iowa is plus 10.5.
Oh, it's so confusing.
So
I like it better when things are minus, because then I know they're giving the points to the other team. So if
Michigan's minus 10.5.
Okay, that means Iowa's getting 10 points.
Yeah.
This makes more sense. See, and I think, gosh, this is a hard one because I want Iowa to win because I don't want Michigan to win at all. But I think Michigan's going to win unless they come in super cocky. I think Iowa will do good, but weren't you saying at the beginning of this whole football season that Iowa's offense was not that fantastic?
Yeah, Iowa's defense sucks.
Now the defense sucks or the offense sucks?
Offense sucks. Offense sucks.
Okay.
The defense is the reason what won that game against Nebraska. They were down 21-6, and then they had a block punt for a touchdown, which made it 21, or it was 21-9. They had a block punt. They had a block punt.
You could tell me any score. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, they had a block punt for a touchdown, and then they had a safety. Or did they had a strip that punted them down and they got a safety, and then they kicked the field goal. They scored 14 straight points. It was crazy.
That's insane. Did you watch the game last night at all with the onside kick?
No, what was I doing last night? What night was last night?
Oh my gosh! So who played last night? It was Seattle, and
the football team.
It was Washington versus Washington. So the Seattle scored. They got the ball back. They did an onside kick. The ball bounced off of one of the Washington football team players. Seattle recovered it and got a flag. They had illegal formation on the offense because one of the guys, when you line up, you have to be on the other side of the hash mark and the yard line. You can't of the kicker. So the kicker's here, and he was literally maybe a foot length the wrong way. And the ref saw it and called it, and they had to re-kick it. And that time it went to Washington. So sorry, got off on a tangent there, but we were talking about football teams. So made me think about because of the kicking.
So are you taking Iowa or are you taking Michigan?
I'm taking Iowa.
Okay, me too. I cannot say I'm a fan. They probably will lose. But hey, pull off.
But what if they don't? If they don't lose, then what? What if they win?
If Iowa wins, they're going to the Rose Bowl.
Really? That's where they end up going?
Yeah, to the Rose Bowl.
And if Michigan wins, they go to the Rose Bowl?
No. Michigan will go to a college football playoff bowl.
Why?
Because they'll be in the playoffs.
That doesn't make any sense.
Because Iowa will not be in the playoff if they win the Big Ten.
Why won't they be?
Because they're too far out. They're number 13. They have 2 losses. They won't qualify.
So how come they get to go to the Rose Bowl? The Rose Bowl is the best bowl of the teams. They're supposed to be the number 1 and number 2 teams. Why would Iowa go if they won?
The college football playoff is the semifinals take 2 bowl games. And this year I think it's the Cotton Bowl and the Sugar Bowl, or the Cotton Bowl and the Orange Bowl, or something like that. So historically, the winner of the Big Ten goes to the Rose Bowl.
Okay.
Unless that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
So that's still how it is, unless the Rose Bowl is a college football semifinal. So there's 6 New Year's Day bowls, they call it. So there's usually 3 on New Year's Day, 3 on New Year's Eve. And so you have the Peach Bowl, the Orange Bowl, the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, the Cotton Bowl, the Rose Bowl, and the Sugar Bowl. So those 6 bowls. And so the semifinal out of those six, the semifinals will take 2. So. And then the other 4 will get filled like they normally do. So the Rose Bowl's open. So if Iowa wins the Big Ten, they'll go play the Rose Bowl, most likely against the next two game. The winner of the next game we're picking, the Oregon Ducks or the Utah Utes, I think they are. I honestly don't know what that is.
Oh, it's going to be the Ducks.
Quack,
The
quack.
Utes. Got 2 Utes. Got some Utes over there.
Yeah, so
Quack, quack will go.
I ate some duck over the weekend, and it was really good. And this Oregon football team is really good, but they are going to lose again this week. So I'm going.
You think the Utes are going?
I think Utah's going. We're going down to Texas and Arlington to Jerry's World. It has the Big 12 championship game will be played there between the Baylor Bears and the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Who are you going with?
The who and the what? The Oklahoma State Cowboys and who?
The Baylor Bears.
Oh, I thought you said the Biller Bears.
No.
Baylor. I'm going to go with Oklahoma State. I'm going to go. Those Cowboys are going to stomp on the Bears.
I'm with you. I'm going to Oklahoma State. I would love to see them win, keep Notre Dame out of the playoff, hopefully. And I would like to see Oklahoma State get a chance in the playoff. Get some different variety in there.
Need variety.
We're going to the American Athletic Conference, the AAC. Houston.
Didn't even know that existed.
Houston, who's 11-1 on the year, will take on the undefeated Cincinnati. Cincinnati needs to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. They lose.
I'm going to cheer for Cincinnati.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to, ever since we had that long discussion where you almost put your head through the computer screen because I wasn't getting the Power 5 thing and Cincinnati being one out, I cheer for Cincinnati.
Yeah, proud of you.
I even cheered for the Bengals.
And the last game that we're going to pick is going to be the ACC or Atlantic Coastal Conference. I think it is. Championship game. Normally Clemson's been in this the past couple of years, but they are not this year as Clemson sucked. And the Pittsburgh take on Wake Forest.
Oh, I'm going with Wake Forest. Because Pittsburgh, is that their name? It's the Pittsburgh
Panthers, I think.
Oh. Yeah, see, I don't think of Pittsburgh as having a college team. So I'm going to go with Wake Forest because I know they do. I've heard that name before.
Yeah, the Wake Forest is a pretty good football team.
But what's a Wake Forest?
No, that's the school. Wake Forest Demon Deacons.
They're the Demon Deacons? Mm-hmm. That's their mascot's
we're not getting into mascot talk right now. We're not doing this right now. We're going to pick games and then get this wrapped up. You can go search mascots with your sister later. But no, I'm taking Pittsburgh. They got a heck of a stud at quarterback.
Really?
Yeah, they do it. It should be a top 10 draft pick.
Never even heard of them.
No, that's
except for the Steelers.
Yeah, well,
what the heck?
They play at the same stadium. So,
and you're not doing any NFL. We're doing 0 NFL picks.
Yeah, who cares about the NFL this week?
Oh,
I'm sorry.
All right.
Sorry.
You don't. Who does Goldilocks play? Oh,
you got the bye. We got the bye.
Their bye week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Need it.
Okay, well, let it go.
The NFL needs the Packers to go on a bye. We've been winning too much. We're hot.
Well, Aaron's got to put his feet up.
Yeah, he's got ice. Might have surgery.
Got ice. He might not have surgery.
Yeah, he might have surgery on his foot.
On his toe?
It's broken. Relax. Why you gotta be so mean to him? I don't see Tom Brady playing.
You're gonna cry. Am I picking on
I'm getting defensive on my quarterback. That's my quarterback.
You know what he's got to do? You go get some duct tape and you tape the toe to the other toe and it heals.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's how you heal a toe.
This is coming from the person who tore the meniscus, was like, I'm fine. And then you know what happened? Ended up in a lot more pain and a lot more serious a month later. So I think we should do the proper treatment now. So Aaron Rodgers, when he's leading my team to the Super Bowl.
And now my knee is fine.
Yeah, but it could have been fine months ago.
Fine. It's just a little tender and swollen sometimes.
But that wraps it up. This week's episode of Wake Up with Will Mama's Edition. I've been Will Thomas, joined by me as always is my wonderful mother, Sharon.
Right here.
She's right there. We will be back hopefully next week, depending on my schedule and my announcing world. Everybody else, have a great rest of your night.
Bye.